I'm joined by Professor CVR Murty, uh, the PS Rao Chair Professor of Civil Engineering at IIT Madras and former Director of IIT Jodhpur. Welcome, Professor Murty.
Thank you, Prof
It's a
Mahesh.
delight to be having this conversation with
Sure,
you.
sure.
Let's start at the beginning. The name civil engineering,
Mm.
mechanical, chemical, it's a nice descriptor.
Mm.
Where did this come from?
So when communities started organizing themselves, three activities need to be addressed. One was the care of the citizens. Second was protection of citizens. And third was the slightly higher elevation, the beliefs and the perceptions of people that there is a higher divine. So these are the three segments of the communities that we needed to provide for. So the first one, care of the citizens, was then called as civil engineering, because the second one led to the clarity that that became the military engineering. Protecting people and communities was the military part. So they had only two formal engineering, military and civil. And the third one was the religious houses. And so very clearly the physical part of the work was being done largely by these two, and the metaphysical was being done by the third group. But even there, the religious houses also needed development, needed built environment. That was also provided for by the same civil engineers.
Wonderful. So I think it's not an understatement to say it's probably the oldest discipline
It
of.
would remain, may not have gotten that name some 2000 years ago, but the work was already underway.
Right. We see
From time.
aqueducts of the Romans.
Yes, yes.
And the bridges of the dams of the Cholas that are still
Sure.
functional. When we talk civil engineering, again, we immediately associate the discipline with brick and mortar, construction, concrete, but it's far more than that.
Yes. The truth is that indeed the last bastion of civil engineering is that person who stands in hot sun and puts the brick over brick with mortar in between. So that will remain. What happened is there was a user or a owner, and then there was this person who was physically constructing. In between was the civil engineer. And today that civil engineer earlier was only providing for safety of the people. Today the requirements went multifold. 4 more items got added: functionality, sustainability, aesthetics, and economy.
And this idea of built environment goes beyond just homes and office spaces.
Definitely.
Right? You have highways, you have transportation.
Anything that is not naturally happening
Sure.
is actually the built part of it.
Okay.
So whatever is naturally available in nature around us, that is one part of the work of civil engineers. To protect that also is our part. See, what happens is when we build anything, we are disturbing nature.
Right.
But our promise is that we will try and do as little disturbance to the nature as possible. Sometimes some of us have gone past the line. But that is where environmental impact assessment as a subject has come forward, to see that we don't disturb the nature too much. Because the definition of sustainability is that we give away the earth to the next generation, not too much damaged. That is the promise.
Sure.
But are we really doing that is the question.
Sure. And the broadest discipline of civil engineering globally also includes air and water quality, right? And
so if you look at the Panchabhut that we have, water, earth, air, fire, and space.
Wow.
Civil engineering deals with all of them.
Wow. That is in some sense you cannot argue that it is the mother of all.
You would have some disciplines not participating in one or two of them, but this is one discipline which has to handle all the Panchabhut every day.